flint. Hi. Hello. Let's forge oak. My default. How long does this do? Yeah. So I've just finished a flint striker. This is what this is. Just show it working. So piece of flint striker. Cool. I'm currently trying to stream off my laptop at the same time as my phone. Hello, Sparkler, a gamer. So if you want to see a higher quality stream, feel free to check out the other stream on my channel, I assume. Proper camera and everything. But no one's watching, so I just thought I'd try a mobile one as well. I'm going to forge a coat hook next. Why did I just put that? And then I might forge some troll crosses. Right, welcome. Doing some forging. If you've got any questions, oh yeah. See, this is why I can't stream with my phone because it overheats instantly. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Forge. Let me know if you can hear me over the fan. Unfortunately necessary. Keep my phone cold. Take off these corners, make it nice and round. And if sound is bad, I've actually got a microphone that I can test out. And that one will clip behind my beard, so it has a built-in windbreak. Anvil, yes. Definitely is an anvil. If you want a better look at it, you can check out my other stream. I'm making a coat hoop. So at the minute next I'm going to scroll this end up into a little loop. Have I got one sitting around here? I'm going to make this. So here it is. I'm going to tap it over here. Yeah, I've made quite a lot of Damascus stuff, pattern welding. Hi, Bua Bua, 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 Bua. I'm making a coat hook at the moment, and then I'm going to make some troll crosses, just some other little bits. Just in the process of making one of these, I've just finished this loop. My biggest advice would just keep it clean and do lots of very short forging. You don't want it out of the fire for too long because it's going to come down in temperature. So you want to bring it out, forge it for a very short period of time, and then carry on. Yeah, let me just go grab a A specific flux. I'll grab the bottle. Tell me if this is sounding any better. Testing, testing. Whilst I grab the flux. Don't know if you'll be able to hear me all the way over here. I assume so. So this is, it's a little windy. No, I can't really. Better? Yes, okay, good. So this is the flux, if you can get it. It's called Iron Mountain. Awesome. It's called Iron Mountain. It's got pure iron in it. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah. So you can see there's the borax flux, but there's also pure iron powder. I've got a magnet. I've got a little magnet. Not really. No. Yeah, behind me. So you can see the flux there, and if I bring this magnet close to it, you see it pulls the iron powder out. Hello from Ukraine. Oh, hi. A couple of minutes ago, I made a flint and steel striker. So the old-fashioned way of making fire. Seems quite effective. I am now in the process of making a hook, little coat hook. So something simple like this. So nice big curl. I'm going to cut it off just up here. I am trying to... Oh, hello from Turkmenistan. We've got people from all over the world. I'm trying to forge from my laptop, and it's working, and it's definitely got a better quality camera. But also there's no one watching it, so I'm just going to try and use my phone as well. Cool, thank you, K-Store. I know Pray Turkmenistan. So to cut it off, I'm just going to use a chisel. I'm going to rest it there. And using 3 hands, okay, can you see? I'll cut that almost all the way through. I have made those kinds of weapons in the past, quite a long time ago now, 3 or 4 years at least. I've also made weapons for people that do buha, which is medieval martial arts. Yeah, I could make. So I make quite a lot of these knives. Let me show you one of these. I've got any sitting around. So I make a lot of knives that look like this. If people wanted to see how to make that, I could show them. I've been blacksmithing for, how old am I? About 15, 14 years. Somewhere in that region. So this gives me a little flat section at the back. I am in England, United Kingdom, specifically. Thanks, Ye-Man Lobber. That's not something I ever feel like I can say. But I do appreciate all the likes and subscribes. Two-year, learn from 4. Excellent work. And then you can see, nice little hook. I'll punch a hole in it with my fly press later. It's just all the way over there and I don't want to move the cameras and stuff. God save the king. So yeah, I don't really know how this microphone works. Has that made me louder? And is that a good thing? So next I'm going to make something called a troll cross. I wanted to be a blacksmith for years. Yeah, I've met him a couple of times at blacksmithing events. I don't really know him as a friend, just have seen him, spoken to him. Good, I'm glad I'm a bit louder, glad the noise isn't bad. I guess we'll have to see what the hammering sounds like. But what I'm going to do now is this is 6mm round, so much smaller metal. So a nice small point. I don't know if there's any point streaming off my laptop. Well, I'm glad that I'm enunciating my words better. He has got a very Yorkshire accent, I suppose that's true. So, very nice, fine little point. I mean, pretty much everything in blacksmithing starts as being a prison shiv, if I'm honest. So what I'm going to do now actually is called a troll cross. So it's whoop, whoop, that sort of shape. Wow, that's the clearest picture I've ever drawn. Whoop, 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 that kind of thing. I quite like that. Put the subtitles on. So this starts off very similar to the hook. These are just things that I sell on my website and at markets. Or as Troy says, you could use it as a shank. Okay, that's a good question. Fundamentally, you need a hammer, you need a heat source, and you need something to hit against. And so that thing you hit against can be an anvil. But it doesn't always have to be. So you can get small things like sledgehammer heads. The head of a sledgehammer works as a great anvil. Thank you. There are things called stake anvils which can be had very cheaply. You can get bits of railroad track if that's something you're into. Can you see this? No, you can't see this. I'm just cutting it off. So I've just used a different tool to cut it. This is a hot cut that sits in my hardy hole, sits in there, and you can cut it off. So yeah, fundamentally that's all you need. You need a heat source, you need a hammer, and you need something to hit against. And honestly, that heat source can be as simple as a metal drum with a fan. Get it sharp first try. Okay. So I have just cut that little piece off. So it's the little loop I made is now in the tongs. Don't know if you can see. See it in the tongs. And I'm going to forge it out. Make it nice and sharp. Oh, yeah. So Plasticine is amazing. Here is some Plasticine, and I use it for demonstrations all the time. So, Plasticine, and you can forge it exactly like steel. Obviously you don't hit it as hard, but if you've got a hammer and a flat surface, doesn't have to be an anvil for this, you can forge out anything that you want. So, you can see you can make nice long tapers. What I would recommend, if it feels a bit sticky, you can just get the hammer a little bit wet. And then, so you can forge out tapers. If you want to do scrolls, you can practice on Plasticine. And what it's good at is helping you learn the forms that you need to move the metal in, like where you need to hit it, and all that kind of stuff. So you can see. Let's try and get along in chat. There's no need for disagreements. Okay, I'm going to do the little loop on the other side. No, I'm not. I'm going to make this round. Okay. "100 iron daggers" is meta to level up blacksmithing, and honestly, I've probably made quite a lot more than that. I've got them in a barrel in the next room, so I could grab them if you wanted to see lots of little daggers. Yeah, no worries, he's gone. So effectively I've made a mustache. I honestly don't care who wins the American elections, because I'm not American. But good for you, I guess. Big fish, you have little fish. Thank you all for stopping by. I think my phone's going to die in a minute. I am streaming on YouTube off my laptop. So feel free to hop over to the other stream. You get a better angle. And it's not going to die when my phone runs out of battery. So I'm just scrolling this up now. So you can see it's the start of that shot. I'm just going to keep streaming until my phone dies. I don't mind if it dies. So it just goes into the forge one last time. But I'm going to carry on streaming on my laptop. It says I've currently got 0 views, so I don't know how long I'm going to be motivated to do that. But, you know, whilst I'm here, feel free, ask me any questions. Forging. Sorry. We are getting metal hot in the fire and hitting it with a hammer. So hopefully you can see, made a troll cross. This is mild steel that I'm using at the minute. I don't know where you are in the world, but I get it from a steel stockist. So it's just a giant warehouse I drive up to, ask them for the steel I want, and they give it to me. So, oh, troll cross. Look at that. Perfectly matches my picture. Welding is tricky if you want to do it well. And so much of the work you have to do with welding is preparation. Awesome, thanks guys. Yeah, I'm going to go grab a handful of daggers just so you can see some shiny ones. Oh, I don't know if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, it's going to get loud. I don't think I'm going to bucket full of daggers. There we go. Hopefully the microphone reconnects. Don't know if you could hear me do that, but I could have filmed well. Here is a handful of those daggers that I mentioned. I have dropped almost all of them on the floor. But there we go. Lots of daggers. Dagger pile. Go on then, Gene. Tell us how welding is easy to do if you do it right. Yeah, they're pretty. There's some that are terrible. So I teach a class and we make these kinds of knives. This one's quite pretty. So I end up with lots of them. But they're dead simple to do. Let's see that. Oh. What's the button I need? This one? Ah, yeah, look at all these knives. I had a lot of practice making these recently. These are all the last few weeks worth of knives. That's a nice one. Functional. The idea of these is they're a one-piece knife, and this is a very close copy of something called a Viking knife or shipping knife, and basically they were seafaring knives because wooden handles would often get wet and fall off. Yeah, I will agree with that, Gene. Practice does make perfect. But yeah, so they're a one-piece knife. They've got a very solid handle that isn't going to fall off if it gets wet and dry. Cool. Yeah, if you have a look for Viking knives or shipping knives, you can find quite a few archaeological records where they've dug up knives that look very much like this. Which I think they're also a design that's fairly easy to do for anyone. Ooh, that was nice. I need that on. Hello to people on big screen YouTube. Let me know if you can hear me. That stream's using a different computer. I suppose you could throw them. I think of them more as cutlery. So the lesson that I teach, we use these, and then we eat cheese and bread and knives with them. Cheese and bread and knives? No, cheese, bread and pickles. Basically have a little ploughman's lunch, but I think they're dead functional. Nice solid knife. You can make this hole bigger if you want, for a finger hole. I like to just use it as a bolster. Obviously these ones aren't sharp. Yeah. Okay, how about I forge something? This is always... you're very welcome. Feel free to tune in the future. Yeah, just ignore that I said that, Zandal. I'm going to try and stream a little more regularly. But honestly, no promise. Yeah, what else shall I make? I'm going to make... I don't know. Another flint and steel. Why not? And I had knives on my mind because I had like a handful of knives. Well, hello to the few people joining me on the big screen YouTube. I'm going to make another flint striker, so I'm going to make another one of these. Smith the leaf. Oh, I made leaves today. There's one here attached to my handle. Yeah, little leaf. So I had a student in today. Yeah, so I made a little leaf. This one's just as a key ring, just because it was a student. But yeah, so I'm going to make another flip. So I'm going to make this bit of the flint striker. Because I hadn't charged it all day. Arrowhead type blade. I could definitely make a kunai. Yeah, so hi. I am streaming currently through my PC. If you want to swing by and watch me there, cool. If not, I guess I'll have to end this because my phone has 1% battery. Cool. This is the microphone I was using, hiding it under my collar. Yeah, good, Deshaun. I am streaming through my computer, so I'm gonna have to go back to that because I've just put my phone on charge. But thank you for all the hearts. I hope everybody's happy. I don't know if there's any way I can charge my phone in there. Ooh, maybe I can. Is it going to be a pain? No? Okay. Bear with me. It's going to move around a bit. Here you are in my boot currently. You're in the back of my car. Just because that's where I'm charging. You can see it's a beautiful day. And I'm sure I've just made everyone motion sick. No, my phone's trying to escape. Stay there. Hello. Oh, he's still there. 5 more seconds. Okay, let's see if I can make this work. Okay, I'm going to bring you with me. Going into my forge here. And I'm going to plug you in again. As you can see, I'm streaming from this camera, and over there is my fire. Yeah, that doesn't sound healthy, Matt. Honestly, could not recommend the activity that you're currently doing. So, look, we're back at it. Welcome back to the forge. Oh, wow. So, let's see. Everybody can see? Everybody can see. Forging a flint and steel striker at the minute. I don't know, Jean Delaporte, if you're still here. I do sell those little leaves over on my website. For a bit. Say hello. Hi. Oh god, the lighting in here is terrible. I'm dead. Let me know if you want to see or know anything. I'm currently forging out a handle for a flint striker. Press at my front door. anything else just to drive that message off the screen, that would be very helpful. Going 163 of you, that seems like a lot. Oh, awful. Nice and hot. Really nice little handle. And then I'm going to cut it off again using the tool that I have lost. How have I lost it? What the hell? What? Anyone else see where I put it? Beating that tang for a knife. No, this is not going to be a knife, it is going to be a flint and steel striker. It could be a knife. This is 01 tool steel, so it's an oil quenching medium-high carbon steel. Yeah, it's just going to look like this. It's nice and simple. And it's for starting fire. So this is flint, this is steel. Hopefully you can see some of those sparks. Not a knife. I mean, it very easily could become a knife if I sharpened one of the edges. So I've just mostly cut that off. There are quite a lot of knives that I just showed live stream from one of the classes that I teach. Let me grab one of them. Here is a knife. It's just a single piece construction, integrated handle. I think they're quite nice. That's a big sized handle. It's my hand. relation to the flint striker or the knife. Either way, thank you. So I'm going to draw this out, just make one side a bit thinner, which makes it a bit of a nicer thing to hold. Actually, I don't know if you can see a bit of a triangular profile here, so this edge is a bit thinner, just gives you a bit more surface area to hold so you can strike against this edge. So I'm now having to hold it in tongs because I don't want to get my fingers incredibly burnt, I suppose. On that, thinned out this edge quite a lot. Probably can't see that. Almost done, and then because this is an oil quenching steel, I've got a little pot of oil here. I'm going to move it. Yeah, it's probably this high, you might be able to see it. So, let's see if I can get this sorted without pouring hot oil all over myself. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah! Let's do this. So this is oil. Very hot flint striker. This is a process called oil quenching. So if you've ever watched Forged in Fire or anything like that, it's what they take. Really welcome. I hope you're having a good time at Leeds. We've got very good weather here in Staffordshire. So that's it all oily. Let me go grab I do courses. I'm in Stoke-on-Trent. If you want to come have a play, I was actually teaching today, which is why I've decided to just carry on forging for a bit, like the forge up. So, there is the finished thing. Let me just move this out of the way. I'll show you this new flint striker striker. Flint. Let's make some sparks. But hopefully you can see the sparks. Yeah, you can definitely. My website is genesisblacksmithing.co.uk. There's a training section on there, just mainly showing off the main 2 courses that I run. You're welcome. I don't know if I'm going to forge for much longer. It's quite warm here today. This afternoon, I suppose. Let's make one more thing. Says I've got 31 likes, so that's nice. Little thumbs ups. I'm going to make one more thing. I'm going to make this. So I'm just heating the metal up now, almost at temperature, and then you'll see some forging. If anyone's got any questions about blacksmithing, very happy to answer them if I can. Otherwise, I'm just going to be talking to myself, and honestly, it feels weird. This is a ball peen hammer. This is the main hammer that I use. See, it's got a ball on the back. It's about £2, thereabouts. And this is the 7th handle that it's had. So, here's my nice hot metal. Nice little point, hopefully you can see. Okay, my metal's back up to temperature. And now I'm going to work on making the tape a little bit longer. Nice. Like I've said before, I am streaming on my laptop as well on YouTube. I can't remember what I called that stream. Oh, in the Forge. Feel free to check it out. It's got a better quality camera, better quality microphone. Just better all round, I think. Yeah, that looks like good. So yeah, if you want to jump over to that stream, I don't blame you. It is not in the vertical format, it is horizontal. Next thing I'm going to do is forge this little scroll at the end. Yeah, that works. So I'm going to do that by holding it right at the edge of the anvil. Just tapping it. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah. And then working from this way. Beautiful. You see, nice little loop. Almost touching. Nice and circular. Awesome. So I'm going to cool down the tip of that. Body, and I'm going to do this bit next. You hanging out with me for a bit. At the very least, you're keeping me occupied. So, next big corner. Effectively, what I'm doing here is forging in free space, which is forcing the metal to bend. This off now. Cut this off using this tool. Nice. And then all I need to do to break it off is just like the little laughy emojis. Thank you. So, just tidy it up a little bit over the edge. There we go. And then I can punch a hole in this. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see that. Oh, maybe you can. I'd have to carry you to my fly press, which I can't carry you guys to my fly press. But I could carry you to my fly press. Okay, if I see any emojis in the next 5 seconds, I will carry you to my fly press and show you punching a hole. As awkward as that will be for me. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take this. See it? It's not going to hold in it. Admittedly, this hole is too big, but I don't mind. I think it's quite funny. Hole. Oh, what's this saying? I am very glad to be maybe Saturday evening's a good time. But yeah, it's a lot. It also says that I've got no and thank you to all you guys. I'm probably going to call it a day now. Let's see if I can arrange you so that you can see. Well, don't look at the chaos. Hi. Oh god, such a terrible angle. And all beard. Bit of a better angle. Thank you for my beautiful beard comments. It's honestly could do with a trim. Oh, see, now you just made me want to go get a brush. But yeah, I'm going to hang out for a couple more minutes whilst my fire dies. If anyone has any questions, I am happy to answer them. Oh, this feels risky. Ugh. Promise I'm not dropping you, but I can see why it might feel like that. Okay. Oh. Thank you very much, Danish. Yeah, everyone can see now. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, any content they'd like to see in the future, I am very early days in my YouTube adventure, I guess. I've been blacksmithing for a long time. Oh fuck, I look awful. I like a beauty filter thing. This camera can only see me if I'm here. Okay. Look, I'm like a barrel. Never mind. You can see just some of my knives here from the lessons that I teach. If anyone would like to see how to make one of these, I could do a video. Oh, yeah. This is a shipping knife, I call them. Try shipping is making your own type of blade, like your own sword. Yeah. I mean, blades have been made for such a long time, it's fairly hard to come up with something entirely unique, I guess. I mean, there are a lot of knife makers that do that. I like to make pretty things rather than stabby things a lot of the time. Is there any that I can show you? Yeah, I'm going to go over there. I'll be back. So these are knives. I'll make a lot of these. Oh. I also make a lot of these, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see. These are butterflies. I can probably give you a good one. I don't know if you're going to be able to focus. There's a little butterfly. It's got little legs. Ooh. Just throwing that one at the floor. And this is a little version of the same thing. This guy's on a little stake, and he can go into a flower pot or something. It's quite pretty, I think. I'm going to have to rescue the one I dropped. Can I put this? If I put this further away, then that's further away. Shit. Okay, can't do that. I don't know why my phone has muted itself. So yeah, any questions about blacksmithing? Any kind of content you'd like to see? Let me know. Don't know how I feel about that. Well, thank you for joining me, wherever you join me. Thank you for lurking, thank you for just hanging out. I managed to be a little bit productive. I'll show you the flint is still working in that angle, so you can see. So this is flint, this is steel, and together they make sparks. It's a very old-fashioned way of making fire. So what you would do is you get your flint and steel, and you get some sharp rock. can't see my top. Anyway, flint and steel makes fire. Those clips aren't going to last forever on the internet. I'm going to end this stream first because I don't think there's anyone there. And then we'll just look at my model. And I'm going to end this stream next. Thank you, everybody. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. Let me take this microphone off before I forget. Is it possible to create an object with a hollow interior like a piece of metal? I mean, like a wine glass, yes, definitely. So, this is an example of a 12th century style arrowhead, and you can see that it is hollow. And this started out as a solid flat piece of steel. So this has got what's called a socket on it. It's just basically this is somewhere for the wooden arrow shaft to go. And yeah. Show your furnace. Oh, the forge is down there. Let me grab you. Oh, I could just do this. Whoop-ah. So this is a coke forge. It's currently quite cold because I am letting it go out. I can bring it back to life just briefly though, so you can see. Hopefully you can see that getting harder. What is my favourite thing to make? I don't know really. What I really like about blacksmithing is it lets me make different stuff pretty much every time I'm in the forge. At the minute I've been making some hooks that look like leaves and they've been really satisfying. I'll go and grab one. I'll be right back. I'm back. So, like I said, I've been making these hooks. And this is a silver birch leaf. You can see that, it's quite pretty. Got a hook on the bottom. But now I feel like QVC. And I think the texture on them is just really pretty. So this is a silver birch leaf. This is a ginkgo biloba leaf. It's quite pretty. This is not a leaf, it's a feather, but I think it's quite nice. You can see, nice texture, nice hook on the bottom. This is one of the most popular things that I make. This is a bottle opener that looks like an axe. Okay, it comes with a little wooden base. And you've got a little axe. And then it opens bottles by just pulling on that bit. Let me grab a bottle. Bottle opener, and then it just pushes down and you pop the lid on. See it in the light maybe? Yeah! I showed earlier, I don't know if you were around, I've also made butterflies on occasion. They're really nice and pretty, I think. They've got little legs. We've got a little hanger, so you can hang them on to things. But I really like the textures. They're pretty. And here's a really tiny one. So, you see that? It's got temper colours. And it's got little legs. And this one's on a long shaft, so that it can be put in a plant or something. I just think it'd be quite pretty. Hey, see Boussois. You're here. You were there. Weird. Texture's very cool. Cool. You've got a Damascus blade and you need to make an octagonal. I mean, I think wood would look better. I don't really like resin because it just lasts forever. But, you know, it can look pretty. I would go wood though. Thank you very much. I've got some Damascus over here. So I did a class where we make wedding rings. So this is a piece of Damascus. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the pattern. And this is what was left over after we made the wedding rings. So the couple came, we forged this billet, and then I used my lathe and turned some wedding rings off of it, and then forged up some texture, which was dead pretty. How long? I have been blacksmithing for 14 years, 15 years, thereabouts. Cheers. I have forged lots of knives, so I actually teach a class where we might make a knife and then we eat cheese, bread and pickles, just like nice food. We make knives a bit like this. So it's just a single piece knife, high carbon steel, nice handle. I think they work quite well. And you don't have to do any woodwork or any other kinds of stuff. If you want to use this as a more functional tool, I tend to wrap these in leather, which makes them quite nice, but generally I think they're quite a nice handle anyway. If you make this hole a bit bigger, you can put your finger in it. I don't know if any of these got a finger hole. So something like that. And that gives you a really good grip if you're in a situation where you need it. But yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty long time. I like it though. So yeah, really pretty. I've made lots of like spoon carving knives and those kinds of things. Yeah. If there's nothing else, I'm going. Oh look, there we go. My forge is lit properly again now. You can see forge. This is a coke forge. It is bottom blast, just means air comes in from under this point. I've got a natural draft on the chimney. Oh, a metal bonsai tree would be cool actually. My designs have some amazing designs. Well, thank you very much, Deacon. Oh, look, you're just looking at all the trash in my forge now. There we go, come back to me. Yeah, so they're not my design. Well, this is my take on it, but this design was actually around in the 12th century, maybe even a little bit earlier. And they're designed to be a knife that uses a little bit more metal than a regular knife, but actually gives you a permanent handle that you can't really lose or break. which I quite like. Wondering how much a scythe the length of a fire axe? Do you mean the blade is the length of a fire axe, or do you mean the handle is the length of a fire axe? Yeah, I don't know how to parse that really. You can see on the crazy board, so I guess you could have. You see that? You can kind of see. So if this is your scythe, the handle. Yeah, there's no point. You can't see over there. Anyway, I think I'm going to be about done. Fortunately, I've been teaching from 10 till today. Yeah. If you are wanting a scythe, you can send me an email. I could do you a quote. But probably, I don't know. Scythe blades are fairly tricky because they're very thin. If it wants to be a functional scythe, looking in the region of maybe £300, thereabouts. Well, thank you everybody for checking me out. Feel free to subscribe. I haven't got a lot of content. I've made my first long form video. I hope everyone has a good rest of their day, and yeah, happy fortune, I guess. That is too bad, but if you ever find yourself in England, Gene, you can come have a play in the forge, come do one of my lessons, make something your own. Thank you all, and goodbye. Already scrapped, even better. Cool. Let me figure out how to end this in a graceful fashion. Don't think I can. I'm just going to have to press on this big X. Goodbye.